Hi everybody, I'm so happy to see you. My name is Miss Lisa, and in this lesson we're going to be going over the Song of the Week and some other activities. And our Song of the Week is Maeve the Adventure Guide. And we already did that song in lesson 1, but we're going to do it again. The last time I used my wooden spoon as a paddle. Today I'm going to use my lummy stick as a paddle. And again, don't forget, if you don't have something that you can hold on to pretend it's a paddle, just use your hands, okay? And do exactly what I do. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Maeve the Adventure Guide. Now, that song makes reference to, or sings about, canoeing, but there are all kinds of other activities that we could do on a river. Let me think. We could swim. We could, sometimes people can go tubing. That's when you lie on a big tire tube and float down the river. You can fish, and you can be in a motorboat, because in a canoe, you have to use paddles, but in a motorboat there's a motor there that helps you go really fast. So why don't you give some thought about different activities that you can do on a river, or maybe make a list for yourself. Okay, so one of the things we're really focusing on this week is called melodic contour, and that's showing the direction of the notes in the song, or the melody. So if we were talking about the singing, the chorus of the song, we can show the direction of the melody with our hands, okay? So you just do what I do. So put your hand up here. Dip your paddles on the right side now. Maeve the Adventure Guide will show you how. Now paddle on the left, don't be afraid. She's the best adventure guide that's ever been made. So sometimes a melody goes up and gets higher, and sometimes it goes down and gets lower, like that. Our next song is called the Canoe Song. Well, you may know it as My Paddle's Keen and Bright, but I know it as the Canoe Song. And we're going to do 2 different repeated patterns. And for my repeated patterns, I'm going to use my lummy sticks again. If you don't have an instrument, just clap your hands. So there are 3 verses. It's verse 1, then verse 2, and then the first verse repeats again. So for verse 1, our ostinato is going to be this. And we're going to play that over and over again during verse 1. So that's called an ostinato. And our ostinato for verse 2 is... And you'll notice the patterns are right here on our flashcards. And when it's 2 short sounds, you can see that the pictures are smaller and closer together. Okay? So you can always look there. You can look at me and you can look at the flashcard for the ostinato. So here we go with the Canoe Song.
My petals clean and bright, flashing like silver. Follow the wilderness flight, dip, dip, and swing. Dip, dip, and swing.
And we're going to change to a different ostinato.
Dip, dip, and swing your back, flashing like silver. Swift as the wild goose flies, dip, dip, and swing. Dip, dip, and swing.
Now we're going back to pattern 1.
My petals clean and flashing like silver. Wild goose flight and swing, and swing, and swing, and swing, and swing, and swing.
Now you may notice that I stopped singing on the last verse because there were 2 voices singing the same song at different times. And when that happens, we call that a round. And you may know another very famous round, row, row, row your boat. That's the same thing. If you were to divide your group in half, and one group started singing the song first, and then another group started a bit later, then you'd have a round. Really cool. Okay, the other thing we need to talk about this week is the difference between beat and rhythm. So oftentimes when we're keeping a beat, well actually if you're in school, you probably would be sitting with your legs crisscross and keeping your beat on your lap like that. Now I'm standing here in front of the camera, so I like to keep my beat right here on my belly. But you can keep your beat anywhere you like. And the beat really, in our songs, really doesn't change. It always stays the same. It's that steady pulse that goes through our music. But the rhythm, we often show rhythm with our hands, clapping, or sometimes with an instrument. The instrument is, the rhythm, is the way the words go. So sometimes the sounds are long and sometimes are short, kind of like in our ostinato. We had long, short, short, long, short, short. Well, that's a rhythm. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to play the first verse of the Canoe Song, and sometimes I'm going to be patting the beat, and other times I'm going to be clapping the rhythm. And you'll notice as soon as I switch to the rhythm, it's a little different. It's the way the words go. Here we go.
My petals keen and bright, flashing like silver. Follow the wild goose flight, dip, dip, and swing. Dip, dip, and swing.
So that was all the beat. Now I'm going to do the rhythm.
Dip, dip, and swing her back, flashing like silver. Swift as the wild goose flies, dip, dip, and swing. Dip, dip, and swing.
Good job. So it's really important to know the difference between beat and rhythm. So now we're going to do another song, one that you know really, really well. It's called Twinkle Twinkle. And same thing. On the first time through, I'm going to pat the beat, and the second time, we're going to clap the way the words go. So all you need to do is watch me really carefully and do the beat or the rhythm, the way the words go. And don't forget to sing along, because I know you know this one.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Now we're going to clap the way the words go.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Good. So now we're going to do a tricky kind of activity. Right here on this screen now, you see that this word right here that starts with the letter B, that's beat. And we'll also know it because it's a shorter word than rhythm, which starts with an R. So when you see the word beat, we're patting the beat. And when you see the word rhythm, we're switching over to clapping the way the words go. Okay, so we'll try that first verse, starting with the beat.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
And in the song Twinkle Twinkle, it just so happens that the beat and the rhythm aren't really very different from one another. But in other songs, it's not quite like that. Okay, so let's get an instrument for a marching band. How about that? I think I'm going to use my pie plates. These are dollar store pie plates. And I love them. They kind of act like cymbals. All right? And this is going to be a marching band activity. So that means you got to scoot back a little bit. Give yourself lots of space to move those legs up. Because when we march, we like to march with our knees up nice and high. Now let me get that song for us. Here we go. And I'm going to scooch back to the back of the room. So if you have more than one child in your group, what you can do is choose a different student each time to be the leader, and then everybody else in the group will follow what they're doing. So if you wanted to make a different pattern or play your instrument over your head or over to the side or something like that, then everybody can follow you. And then at the end of the verse it says, Who will be the leader? And then you can choose somebody else, and then everybody can look over at that person and let that person be the leader. So much fun. Okay, we've come to an end of this lesson, but don't forget there are others included with this song package. So make sure you check them all out and sing and have all kinds of fun. Thank you for joining me for this lesson. I can't wait to see you in the next one.